next dimension.
Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from down with the top 5 up-and-coming free-to-play first-person shooters. Now this video is an entry to the MMOHut Directors Competition where they pretty much want a new commentator, and I thought, hey, I'll go join in and see what my chances are of making the channel and being the new director for it. So pretty much this is my entry video for it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, drop a like, because this is what the competition is based on. The most likes gets the spot. So pretty much drop a like, it would help me out if you do like the video. If you don't, well, you don't. Let's get straight into the video. Now the first game I'm going to be talking about today is Shadow Company The Mercenary War, which is made by the same studio as Combat Arms, Dubik Games. It's set in the near future World War III environment, and it features a story where corporations hire mercenaries to do their deeds. So pretty much they're being pretty lazy and want all the soldiers to go and shoot each other. So pretty much not the most in-depth plot, but still there's a plot behind it. Now from the looks of a game, it's based heavily off Combat Arms' success, with updated graphics and a new futuristic tone. However, the same gameplay elements can be seen in the trailer you're watching now. Now traditional modes like Team Deathmatch are standard, of course, along with new modes like Battle Squad mode, which features 4 teams, so that'll be interesting. The classic double kill multi-heal is still present, however it seems Dubik have gone to great lengths to not make it seem like Combat Arms 2, taking inspiration from games like Call of Duty and Ghost Recon. At the moment there is a closed beta in Korea and Indonesia, and it should be coming to the Western shores by the end of 2012. This game seems very interesting. In my opinion, I think I'm going to be playing it definitely because it's a Dubik game. Looks pretty good, looks like your normal stock stand free-to-play FPS shooter. Look for it maybe the end of 2012, start of 2013. Now the second game I'm going to be talking about today is Firefall. Now Firefall is a massively multiplayer game made by Red 5 Studios. Now it's different from other games I'm going to be mentioning today because Firefall mixes elements from RPG games and FPS games along the lines of Borderlands. Now it features an open world campaign that can be played with literally hundreds of people, along with a PvP element close to the traditional MMO FPS games. This has typically not been done before for a free-to-play game. However, from recent first impression, it can be seen that this game has a rather large following. Now, the only retail game that's pretty much gone along this style is Borderlands. Now you see the success of Borderlands and you put it with free to play, you can see that this game is going to be successful. It has the perfect element of both the RPG and FPS. You mix them together, it's going to be very addictive. Now this unique gameplay style has only been used in games like World of Warcraft, so mixing that FPS element should prove to be successful. You see how many people are addicted to WoW. When you chuck an FPS, you get all the FPS guys in there, and you get the World of Warcraft addictiveness. You put the two together, it's going to work very well. And this game is built off the offset engine with inclusion of heavy cell shading. Now this game has very unique graphics because of this, and you can see it really looks very nice. It's very unique. It's currently in closed beta, has no release date, so have a look at it. If you get some beta keys, make sure you go on it because this game looks pretty awesome. Now the third game I'm going to be talking about today is Hawken. Now Hawken is a very unique game because it's a mech style game made by Adhesive Games. Pretty much it's FPS mixed with the mechs, so it's still an FPS game, so that's why I'm including it here. The game is based off the Unreal 3 engine with amazing graphics from a small development team. Their team is only like 9 people, yet the graphics you're seeing right now is literally unbelievable. It's pretty much rivaling all the other free-to-play FPS games on the market at the moment. Now the game features players in a very futuristic environment, fighting each other using extremely powerful machines, the mechs. The game focuses on creating a very action-packed atmosphere, with the fighting always being fresh and fast-paced. 4 modes are planned for release: TDM, Deathmatch, Siege, and a very unknown mode. They haven't said much about it, but it's going to be very unique to the FPS environment. There are 8 maps planned for release, which is on December the 12th, and due to being under a non-disclosure agreement, I can't say anything about the game, but it seems like it's living up to its hypes. Watch out for this one. Now, the fourth game in this list is Warface. Now, Warface is a near-future FPS made by Crytek, along the same way of Shadow Company and Mercenary War, the World War III environment. Now, the main draw card to this military FPS is that it is built using the Cry 3 engine, most notably used in Crysis 2. Now, there's so many military FPS out there. Now, you've got Combat Arms, Operation 7, you've got Crossfire. I can name hundreds off my head, not hundreds, but I can name a lot off my head. So this graphics is the main draw card, and this is pretty much the reason why people are going to be playing it. This game has amazing graphics and is superior to anything else in its league. Nothing can touch this game just because of the engines being used. It's described as having AAA production values, which you can see in the gameplay right here is very true, such as Battlefield and Call of Duty, mixing with an element of social gaming. Now, gameplay looks strikingly familiar to Knights of Valiant Arms. Now, beta tests in Europe saying it has the gameplay of AVR with the social aspects and menus of Combat Arms, so that will be a very, very good mixture. As previously said, European beta testing is underway, with Western betas set to be released at the end of this year. Now, being in the overcrowded genre of the military FPS games, as I said before, Warface seems it can stick its head out above the pack and became the new head dog. That only really relies on how good the game is. Graphics can rely to a certain extent, but if the gameplay is crap, nobody's going to be playing it. But I think Warface is going to be a really, really good military FPS, so you guys should play this one as well. Now, the next game I'm going to be talking about is Planetside II, arguably the biggest ever free-to-play game. Now, this game is heavily influenced by the science fiction genre, with the story being set on the planet of Araxis between the Terran Republic, the New Conglomerate, and the Vanu Sovereignty. Based around nearly the same time period as Planetside I, the settings, the factions, the period, everything's the same. Planetside II is a re-imaging of the original. Now, featuring the Forge Light engine, this game is shown to have great graphics, however, that is not the key point. The main draw card of this game is the fact that up to 2,000 people, and possibly more at full release, can be in one battle, be it on foot or in vehicles. Now, seen by the gameplay, you can be faced with literally hundreds of people at once. You can look across the map and you can see literally hundreds of people just rushing towards you. And that is one of the most awesome feelings that ever gaming could ever install on you. The fact that there's so many people, real people, not just bots, rushing at you, and there's going to be a massive war. And pretty much this happens all across the map, with mini wars being spread across these giant maps. It's ridiculous. The pace of this game is also much higher than the original, along with the dependence on player skill. Unlike most free-to-play games nowadays, Planetside II will not be a pay-to-win game, as so the developers, Sony Online Entertainment, have said. They claim that players will only be able to buy items that can be unlocked, along with visual customizations like League of Legends. Now, many developers have said this before, so hopefully SEO can pull through. Now, this game features 5 unique classes: the Light and Heavy Assault, Medic, NG, and Infiltrator. Now, Planetside II has a wide variety of roles to play. Now, being said, Planetside II is by far the largest free-to-play release, and from what we can see, the addictive gameplay and insane battles are going to live up to the extreme hype around. So many people want to get into the betas, there's not enough keys, people just want to play this game. The fact is that you can play with at least 2,000 other people in one map. That's just too much for people, and they just have to play this game. And from seen by the gameplay, it looks very polished and AAA quality, and hopefully Planetside II can keep up with that fact that they're not going to be a pay-to-win game. Pretty much every free-to-play FPS nowadays is pay-to-win. You pay money in the game, you are going to win. You're going to be better than the people that don't pay. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, Sony Online Entertainment can keep with it and make sure that it's going to be very fair and still make a good profit, because that's what companies want to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you go hit the like button, because this video is for the MMOHut director spot. So if you did like it, make sure you hit it, because you know the more likes equals the better chance of me getting picked. Now, in response to all these games, I'm going to be playing every one of these when they actually come out, and so I'm going to be putting videos out of them. And honestly, I'm really excited for the free-to-play market. Looks like it's going to get some heaps of really good games, so I'm super excited for the end of the year when the majority of these are going to come out. But other than that, Undercover Dudes, all the way from down under, out.